You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 437 for Sunday the 8th of January 2023.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Janie. How you doing, my darling?
Well, Happy New Year, Michelle.
Happiest of years of 2023.
Yay. Into another year already. 2022 does seem to have flown by, or was it just a blur? I'm not quite sure, really.
It definitely was a blur for me because I just sort of sat back and thought, oh yeah, I did that in 2022. And then I scrolled back on my photo memory on Facebook and it was like, oh, that was 2021.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the adage. I think the last couple of 3 years, for reasons we won't mention, have kind of all been a bit of a merged into a mush ofness sort of thing, haven't they? I must admit, I was doing a similar thing. I was scrolling back through my Instagram photos purely because I was looking to see, long story, looking for a jigsaw photo. We won't go into that. But I suddenly realised that the jigsaw that I thought I'd done last year, I'd actually done 2 years ago. So there you go.
Oh my, time flies when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got a fair few things we're going to talk about on this here podcast. We're going to do a very mini trip report because I'm going to go into more detail with regards to my America trip on Patreon for our Patreon supporters. So we're going to do that. We're going to look at countdowns because we have a lot of listeners planning trips really soon. If we get onto that, we'll talk about our trips. And fingers crossed we don't overrun and we might get to talk about what we're looking forward to in the world of Disney for 2023.
Yeah, let's have a think.
So many things. So, Christmas,
yes.
the weekend before I went away, I met up with you and your fair hubster.
In the snow.
In the snow. Oh my word, it was terrifying actually. The minute the two of us were like 10 minutes away from each other, Elsa just went nuts and everywhere snowed.
It was well strange, wasn't it? Because both of us had left our respective homes in different parts of the country. And it was like, yes, it was cold and it was a bit foggy, but it was all right. And literally 5 minutes from where we were meeting, it completely did a 180.
Yeah, it's the force of us combining.
That's what it was. I never thought about that. Yeah. It can't take so much awesomeness in one setting, Michelle.
Yeah. Anyway, we met up and I had the surprise of my life when your hubster unveiled the most amazing, humongous 3D model of Mickey Mouse that you had got for me and then astonished me with that, oh yes, I did it myself, I made it.
I know. He's a bit clever, isn't he? And I have the sister to yours, the brother to yours, and I have one as well. Aww. So it's looking at me now as I podcast record with you.
Oh, bless. Mine's downstairs in the living room, looking out and protecting the lounge from my killer kittens who keep trying to trash my Christmas tree.
Ah, yeah. Cats will do that for you, won't they?
Oh, they will. They will. So we did that. And then we did my holiday.
Yeah.
I am quite happy with some elements of my trip.
Okay.
And some elements I'm not so happy with.
Okay.
And I will go into more details on the podcast for our Patreons. But some of the highlights, I was able to find somewhere that sold Dole Whip.
Always a win.
Which is a massive win-win. And if anyone wants to go to this particular establishment, I highly recommend it. But you might want to go on with a blindfold so you don't see the environment because I was a little bit shocked.
Okay.
We went to see a Cirque du Soleil show.
That sounds a bit more PG, yeah.
Oh, the Beatles love. It was worth every penny of the dollars I paid for.
Oh, cool.
It was incredibly expensive, but it was such an amazing evening. And the seats we got were absolutely sensational. We saw everything. It was fabulous.
Cool.
So that was good. I had 4 fun-filled days with the lovely Allison's family, and they brought me good tidings.
Mm-hmm.
I got a reindeer sipper from Disneyland.
Very cool.
With its suitable jingle bells. I might actually take it to school tomorrow and have it as my water bottle on my desk. And yeah. I also got the Disneyland popcorn bucket from Tommy and Lena as well, which again, super cute. Really nice. Got some amazing gifts, completely blown away by some of them. And we just went out and did lots of things and ate In-N-Out burgers, went to Ghirardelli, managed to get a couple of sundaes in. So we did find some Disney, and we also went to the Disney Outlet, which happens to be not far out of Las Vegas.
Nice.
So it was very good, and I got, those nice little Disney touches. And there's the Link as well, the Bellagio fountains. Created by the team that did World of Colour originally over in Disney's California Adventure. But, it was quite amusing. One day I saw Mickey Mouse headless.
Yes, I did like those photos that you posted.
Yeah, and I didn't get a picture of Mickey Mouse's face because if I would have done, I would have been hassled to pay the performer X amount of dollars. So I didn't do that. But... yeah, there's a lot of people that harass you in Las Vegas, but it was to be expected, we knew. Another highlight is I got to spend some breakfasts with Marla Chan, which was brilliant.
Oh, lovely.
We ate at 2 iconic locations. We had breakfast at Mon Ami Gabi, which is at the Paris Hotel, and then we had another breakfast over at the Bellagio.
Ooh, very nice.
And... we did a Facebook Live and wandered around their conservatory, which was gingerbread fantastic. So, yeah, it was really lovely meeting up with Marla, spending some time with her. And, yeah, but I'll talk more, I think, for Patreon about other bits because we want to talk more Disney, Jane, I believe.
We do. Go on then, yeah.
Let's go through some of our listeners' countdowns. Da, 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 da.
For a minute there, I thought you were gonna hum a different tune. I was gonna say, yeah.
What? It's a small world.
No, I thought you were gonna do the countdown clock. From the British TV programme Countdown.
Yeah, that'd work.
But I thought it might be lost on a lot of our listeners, so that maybe wasn't the right way to go.
True. Go on then. Let's go through some of these countdowns.
Okie dokie. We've got quite a lot actually. It's just really nice to see. I must admit, when you put the question upon the podcast family page, and it was really heartwarming to see so many replies that people have got Disney planned into their lives, which I know you and I both have. But it's nice to see that other people out there have got things on the horizon. So Sharon Elise is going to Epcot on the 9th. I'm presuming that means the 9th of this month, so it's not that many. In fact, it'll be tomorrow. As
releasing,
out.
Yeah. She was actually on the cruise the other day, so she gets about a bit.
Good on Sharon, well done you.
Good for her.
Yeah. Hayley Bratton Warren has booked a cruise. It's not a Disney one, but she's very excited for it, so we'll allow that, but that's not till 2024, and that's actually celebrating her other half's parents' 50th wedding anniversary. Very cool reason to go cruising.
Can I just say, Hayley, why don't you turn it into a Disney cruise and I'll wear Disney clothes?
Yeah, you can take Disney wherever you go, can't you?
Convert them.
Yay. Rebecca Michaels has 102 days until she returns to Disneyland. Ooh. They haven't been since January 2020, so that's really cool. Very jealous of this one. She has 226 days until Alani.
Oh, very jelly.
I would love to go to Alani. It looks stunningly beautiful. Our friend Catherine Gallagher is going in June of this year. We know a little bit about what Catherine's doing, don't we, Michelle?
Just a tiny bit, but we're not going to share anything as yet.
No. Catherine Hall Wong, so other Catherine, will taking her second Disney cruise this spring break to celebrate their 20th anniversary. Lots of anniversaries. I'm liking this.
Must be the done thing to have an anniversary and go away.
I'm trying to think whether I can tie mine into an anniversary. No, wrong time of the year. And never mind. Shannon Jordal actually went to Disneyland for the first time in October 2022. So that one's looking backwards, but very appreciative of that. We've got Susan Kelly taking a Disney cruise number 8 in March.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a short one going out of San Diego. That's a change. Erin Castillo's November the 14th heading to Disney World, but they aren't going to tell the kids until they get to the airport. That's like, yeah. I'm not sure I could do that with my kids, even when they were little. It would have been really hard.
Keeping secrets is a tricky one.
Keeping secrets, yeah. Marla actually commented about meeting you in Vegas this past December, and she's looking forward to popping into Disneyland in February and March if she can, as she's had to cancel her WDW January visit. But, you know, she's close to Disneyland, so she can get a little bit of a Disney fix there. She's looking forward to riding Mickey and Minnie's, because that's obviously due to open March sort of time, I think, if I'm remembering right. It's very soon on the horizon, isn't it, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway?
Can I just say, Marla brought me a little piece of Disneyland with her.
Ooh, what, an actual physical piece of Disneyland itself?
Yes, she went on the Matterhorn and chipped a bit out of the mountain. No, Jane.
Just wondering.
No. She brought me a couple pieces of churro toffee.
Mm.
And this was so good. I didn't share it with the husband, but I did share it with my friend Tom from work, who is another obsessive Disneyland person. He's never actually been. He is a Disney nut, though, and he is planning to go to Disneyland. So I thought I'd entice him with a little bit of churro toffee.
See, hook him in with the food.
Absolutely, because the food in Disneyland is sensational.
Yeah, very true. Very true. We have Linda Walker now. I like Linda's thinking here. She's got a business trip to LA at the end of this month, which means that she might be able to pop over to Disneyland.
As she
I
did.
like you thinking, Linda. That's, you know, I like that idea. If she doesn't get there, she will be back in WDW in March for Flower and Garden Time. Crikey, we're already talking about festivals, aren't we?
We've got the Festival of the Arts setting up any time now.
Yeah, I was going to say that's first, isn't it? Then it'd be Flower and Garden, yeah. The Epcot, the year-round festival, isn't it?
Well, I think there's about one weekend that they don't have a festival on now.
Just about, isn't it?
It makes more sense. Keep the booths out all year, just paint them different.
Yeah, true. Same ones, just put a different facade on them. That's it. Mindy Wheatley Ussery, she's she says it's super weird not to have a WDW trip planned, as she usually goes about every 3 months, but she's sure she'll get there at some time. However, she is headed out to Disneyland in May and is very excited about that. And then Lucy Burgess, she's also got a countdown for May of this year, and she's off to WDW.
Absolutely fantastic, and I look forward to all the pictures on the family page.
Yeah, isn't it just great to have all those things that people have got to look forward to?
Yeah.
I think that's what we all need at the moment, isn't it? Some bits and bobs on the horizon to get that normality back, and etc.
And the best bit about a Disney trip is all the planning and watching all the vlogs and debating over the menus, where you want to eat, what do you want to try.
Research.
And talking about research, whether you've got a trip planned or whether you don't have a trip planned, I have a gift to give away to help with your planning.
What do you have, Michelle?
I have the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World 2023 available for giving away to one of our fantastic listeners.
And how is this giveaway going to work?
I'll put a question to you at the end of the show, and we will see who is going to win it.
Ooh.
So stay tuned. I'll be announcing that. So we have our countdown, Jane.
Yeah.
Have you got your little Disney Cruise Line app up with the little sailing ship telling you how many days?
I have.
Go on.
241.
That's not long off.
No, it's not too bad, is it? I was actually, I still have, although I have a calendar on my phone and I'm getting much better using the calendar on my phone, and Simon and I have now synced our calendars so that if he puts something on his phone, it pops up on mine. So we're getting very organised. As for a techie family, we're kind of a bit late to the game in all of this. However, I still have a piece of paper calendar, an old-fashioned one that I have on the kitchen wall, because it's there and everybody in the family or whoever's in can see it. So I must admit, I did go and write all my little dates on. So I've put my cruise dates on and the different ports that we're stopping at on which days. And then I put the date in that I can check in line on. And then I put the date in where I can start to book extra bits for. And then I put in the date that I've got to pay the balance by.
The important bits.
It's the important bit, but the bit you don't want to think about.
Yeah. Are you thinking about doing any of the upscale restaurants or drinks packages?
I haven't given any thought, to be fair, at the moment. I have purchased a Unofficial Guides Disney Cruise Line book.
Oh.
And I've got another little Disney cruise book as well. So I'm just starting my research. So I'm being a bit methodical and working my way through and seeing if there's anything there that spikes my interest.
We will chat later.
Oh.
I've got 2 countdowns.
2 countdowns. Go on then.
I had 3.
Hey, you just said you had 2, now you said you got 3.
I had 3.
Oh, you had 3. Sorry. Go on then.
This is where Shelley gets the world's smallest violin and go.
So do we start with the bad news first then?
I had a Disney cruise booked.
Yeah.
But Shelley spent too much money this year and something had to give.
Oops.
Yeah, Shelley's plans for the other 2 countdowns got a little bit ambitious, and the price of everything and the stupid exchange rate just meant I did not have the pennies in my bank, or should I say thousands of pounds, to warrant doing my Disney cruise at the end of August.
Yeah, this was one of the UK sailings, wasn't it, that you were doing?
Yeah, Southampton to northern Spain, to Bilbao and back again. Just a 4-nighter, but it was going to be on the Disney Dream, a ship I have not yet sailed on.
That's the one I'm going on.
Yeah, well, I was going to warm it up for you.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go and give me all the lowdown.
Well, I was going to take, do you remember that first trip I went to Disneyland and I took Jane on a stick?
I do remember that, Michelle, yeah.
It's still here in my study. So I was going to take Jane on a stick and introduce Jane on a stick to every single cast member on that cruise, so that when you turned up, they would go, Jane! Simon!
On a stick?
Yeah.
Where's your stick?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
But no, unfortunately, it's been kiboshed and I am awaiting the deposit back from the good old Disney people.
But at least that's something that you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, they are very, very good. They will process the refund, I'll get my deposit back, and that can be channelled into the other 2 trips.
So tell us more about your countdown to those 2 then.
Well, the biggie, 3rd time lucky, Michelle is going to get to Alaska. We had it booked in 2020 and along came COVID. We had it booked in 2021 and COVID still hadn't done one.
Yeah.
So last year we looked at the prices, and I think I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And we decided not to go on the Disney version because it was going to be a lot more money. And we did do a staycation with Princess last year, and we were incredibly impressed.
I remember, yeah.
Our really good friend Tommy Allison, he's part of the Cruise Dude podcast, and he obsesses over Princess cruises.
Yeah.
Going on quite a few a year, and we've decided to go with them in August, and that gives me a countdown of 220 days.
Wow, okay.
But you know what I'm like, Jane. I can't just do a cruise.
Yeah, you can't never do anything by halves, Michelle. That's all I will say.
Yeah, but if you're spending £2,000 on a flight for 2 people, you want to get the biggest bang for your money, don't you?
Absolutely. It's kind of, it's mind-blowing at the moment when you see prices of things.
It just doesn't work out paying that sort of money and going for 8 nights.
No, I agree.
So, this is the tentative plan at the moment. Well, it's not very tentative because it's actually all booked. We are flying from the UK to LAX, and we are landing, I believe, in 220 days as of recording. But as of sort of talking, it's the 12th of August.
Okay.
And we're going to have 4 nights at a very nice hotel. I was able to get a very good price with, I think it was Priceline I used in the end. And it's one of those hotels down by the Anaheim Convention Centre.
Oh, nice, yeah.
So it's a nice little walk up to the park in the morning. We're going to do 2 days in Disneyland. And we're going to do a couple of other days in Anaheim, maybe going to downtown Disney, doing some meetups with friends, hopefully getting out to 1 or 2 shopping malls, and just having a general nice time. So that's 220 days away. So we do 4 nights there. Then we're going to do a couple of nights in Santa Monica with our friends.
Nice, yeah.
And then we have to fly up to Seattle.
Yeah.
Because that's where our cruise departs from.
Yeah.
But also, 2 things of my life that I really, really adore and love are linked to Seattle.
Well, I know one.
I don't think you'll know the other because I've kept this one very much in the closet, Jane.
Well, I'm going to say, anybody that knows you, Michelle, anybody that listens to this podcast will know that Starbucks is a passion. And obviously, Starbucks is associated with Seattle because it's where it all started, isn't it?
Yeah. So we will be going to Pike Place. And to be honest, Lena has already bought me the Pike Place limited edition black and gold cup already for me.
Right.
She fell upon it in a store in, of all places, California. So, yeah, another big love of my life is I love Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And over the holidays, I've also got addicted to Station 19, which is linked to Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's about firefighters.
I was going to say it sounds a bit firefighter-y.
Yeah, and some of the characters from Grey's Anatomy are also in Station 19. And some of the Station 19 characters have been in Grey's Anatomy. So it's crossover. So it's very exciting. I get to go and look at some of the places that are mentioned in the said TV show. And eventually we'll get on the cruise. And we are doing the usual cruise ports with Princess, and we are very excited. We come back, fly back down to LAX, have 1 night in Santa Monica again, and then fly home.
Very nice.
So that's August.
Making the most of your time you're there. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to give me an opportunity to do quite a lot of things. If anyone is local to Seattle or has any plans or ideas that they could share and give me some top tips of places to eat, please let me know. If possible, I would like to do meatitarian places rather than vegetarian because that is my eating way. But yeah, but I've got another countdown, Jane, and this is an exclusive for the podcast.
Ooh.
It has been a top secret in my life that I've had this booked for a couple of months now. But I'm only just announcing it now.
Oh, go on then.
87 days, Jane.
Is that all it is? Crikey.
87 days. And I will be arriving in Florida.
Aha.
So I am going to be going to Walt Disney World for 13 fun-filled nights over at that there Pop Century with a couple of my friends.
Nice.
Very excited, Jane.
I'm sure you are.
I've already got the Excel spreadsheet.
Well, I would be very disappointed if you hadn't, Michelle.
And I'm keeping all of my body crossed that there amazing, wonderful, fantabulous new attraction Toronto is open in time for me to ride it.
Well, it's looking very, very, very done, considering that the railway is now open and it's driving through it, and then that you had the Good Morning America presenters riding it, which says it's safe to ride, surely. So it can't be that long away. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk saying, is it February, March time it'll be open, like the soft opening for cast members and, you know, be annual pass holders, that type of thing. But looking for an official opening of April.
Well, we shall see. But I've already got my Excel spreadsheet where every morning I'm starting at Magic Kingdom. So,
Just in case.
Yeah, 13 opportunities to get a virtual queue. Because let's be honest, it's going to be a virtual queue.
Of course it is. That's how everything goes nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. You pay the extra to get a lightning lane, or you get up at crack of dawn on your holiday to get a reservation. Yeah, so we've got some fantastic countdowns. Please,
Very
please,
much so.
please let us know if you want to share some of your top tips for Jane's cruise or
yes,
for my
please.
trips, because we are very open to listening.
Definitely. As a cruise virgin, any thoughts and tips muchly appreciated.
Can I give you a top tip?
Go on then.
Do not put a pineapple on the front of your stateroom door.
Do I want to ask why?
No, because I wouldn't be able to keep the show PG, so just don't.
Fine, I will keep that in mind.
And don't wear anything with pineapples on. You'll get strange people following you around. Anyway, let's move away from that.
Yes,
So,
please.
what is happening this year in the Magic Kingdom? Oh my word. There's been a little bit of a change up with regards to Genie Plus. A little bit of clarity. It's still going up to $29 on some select days.
Ouch.
If you don't know already, if you are a Walt Disney World hotel guest, you can make your first reservation at 7 a.m. And then once it's either been used, once it's expired, or 2 hours after the park opens, whichever comes first, you can then go in and make your next reservation. But it has changed slightly so that if you've got a reservation booked and you want to modify it, perhaps you're delayed, you can change your time.
Oh, okay.
Whereas before you had to cancel it and start again.
Start all over, yeah.
Obviously, if you want to pay for a certain attraction and it is offered as a lightning lane, you can pay for that. And I know Disney got a little bit of my money on that for the wonderful Cosmic Rewind attraction. We've already mentioned it. Tron Light Cycle Run.
Yeah.
We have got the Hatbox Ghost coming to the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, of course, yes.
We've got the transition of Splash Mountain to Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah, last riding date fastly approaching, 22nd of this month, I think it is. Isn't it?
They've not announced the Disneyland date, have they?
No.
Can we keep everything crossed, guys, so that I get to ride it in August?
Well, I mean, they've got to juggle a lot of annual sort of refurbs as well, so they've got to be careful when they shut these things down, haven't they? Because they don't really want to be having too many things shut at once, and, you know, particularly at peak times and stuff, so it'd be interesting.
True. Over at Epcot, Harmonious is being replaced with a new show dedicated to Disney's 100th anniversary.
Yeah, so are these barges going?
I
The barges are
don't
going.
know.
Yeah, because I know they're going to bring back is it Epcot Forever in the interim.
Yeah.
So once Harmonious goes away with the end of the 50th celebrations, then we get Epcot Forever until this new one debuts, so to speak. So yeah, I think the barges.
Maybe the opening night of the new show is going to be Let's Blow Up the Barges.
maybe one big
Now
bonfire.
all of a sudden I want an onion barge. I'm getting confused with barges and barges.
Barges, yeah.
What else have we got? We've got Moana, Journey of Water opening.
Fingers crossed, because that's been taking its while, hasn't it?
I know. And Jane, this is the one I'm really excited for. A Figment meet and greet.
Of course, I knew what I'd forgotten all about Figment meet and greet.
I've got my outfit because when I was at the Disney store over in Las Vegas, they had a flowering garden Figment hoodie. So I've now got the skirt, the t-shirt, the ears, the backpack and the hoodie, and I will be going to meet Figment.
All figmented out.
Absolutely, I just need to sort the earrings and necklace now. Hollywood Studios are dragging their feet with the opening up of Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, but it will open at some point.
Yes, I think they were trying. Well, initially they said by the end of the year, haven't they? But it's, they say dragging its feet.
It will be, for those people who like that type of cuisine, a must-do. For For me, it's a must don't because it's not a cuisine I'm really fond of. Disney Springs, Summer House on the Lake. It's gone very quiet about this. But it is going to be coming this year.
Okay.
Already happened over at Disney's Boardwalk. They have managed to open up the blandest Disney restaurant in history.
Yeah, it's not gone down very well, has it?
Carousel Cafe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of online kerfuffle, shall we say, about the lack of Imagineering gone into it.
Look, this is all they have to do, right? They need to email you now, Jane, and say, Jane, send us some pictures of your carousel tattoo, please, and we will use this
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
as a sort of like mural around, like a bit like a border.
Take it as inspiration.
Yeah,
A
and
little storyboard for you guys.
it won't cost them a fortune just to have that sort of painted on the wall all the way round to make a wonderful carousel. That would look absolutely fantastic, and it's just a little Disney touch. But to me,
Yeah.
it just looks too corporate. And for me, I stay at a Disney resort because I want to be surrounded with the magic. If I wanted to be surrounded with the businessman, I'd be staying over somewhere like the Swan and Dolphin or the Hilton.
Yeah, I think Disney have got to be careful. I appreciate that, some of the hotels and the interiors and the rooms and the decor may look a little bit dated, but going too close to a very contemporary, clean line finish, which we get in the vast majority of our hotels nowadays, is not kind of what we want. We're going there to escape. We're not going there to go in any old hotel, are we?
Yeah. So yeah, lots of things coming over the next few months. Hopefully very, very soon. So we shall wait and see. Popping quickly over now to Disneyland, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will open in January.
It's January, is it? Wow.
So
Anytime now
exciting.
then.
I know, and the good thing about that is I'll be able to introduce Tom to it because he's never been on it. He's not even been in Galaxy's Edge.
Of course, yeah, lovely.
The return of Magic Happens Parade, 24th of February.
Yay, that was such a short run, didn't it, because of you-know-what, so lovely
Yeah.
to see that back.
Mickey's Toontown reopens on the 8th of March.
Yeah.
And there will be a third attraction coming to the Avengers campus in DCA.
Oh, interesting.
Now, the next one has got me really excited.
Mm-hmm.
Porto's Bakery is going to be opening at Downtown Disney.
Should have guessed it was something to do with food.
Of course. And again, the wonderful Marla brought me a couple of Porto's gingerbread cookies, and they were like, it was like little pixies and angels were dancing on my tongue. They were delicious.
Wow.
So that's really exciting.
Mm.
Pacific Wharf will be reimagined as San Francisco sometime soon.
Ah.
Paradise Pier is going to be reimagined to the Pixar Play Hotel.
Of course.
They are still saying that Tiana's Bayou Adventure will be coming in 2024. I don't know whether they're going to do the full refurb over in Walt Disney World, see what happens, and then close Disneyland. I don't know.
I suppose it's going to be interesting to see how long Disney World version takes. That might be an indicator, mightn't it?
And then, of course, Disneyland is going to be having the Run Disney races back.
Yay!
So all of our running community is going to be cheering and hoping to get back into the parks to do those events.
That's good to hear.
Now, obviously, there's a lot more things happening, but we thought we'd just bring one or two little highlights over to you guys.
Yeah, and again, I say it's nice to have holiday countdowns to look forward to. It's nice to see things that on the horizon, and let's hope we can get a few more bits and bobs going.
Absolutely. Guys, if you are going to the parks, if you are wanting to share your collection, your Disney t-shirt, your Disney makeovers, anything, join up with us on our Disney Dream Girls podcast family page over on Facebook, and it's a community where we share and talk about everything to do with Disney, and we do try to be positive, but we are also, I think, we are honest. If we don't like something, we will say it.
Fair and balanced, I think.
I'd like to say that, yes.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I don't think there's ever been a better time to be a fan of Disney, because there's going to be so many exciting things coming to the parks this year. And for me, I'm so excited that you get to have your touch of Disney, and we can talk and get you excited about your outfits and your plans and getting you on the cruise ship. It's going to be amazing.
I hope so, yeah.
It is. Anyway, I will be popping on over to Patreon shortly, where Jane and I will be recording a little bit more, a bonus show for our supporters. So I promised you a question to win the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World 2023. Okay, so this guidebook is the guide to the most magical place on Earth. What I'd like you to tell me is, on what date does the 50th anniversary celebrations officially end? Once you have your answer, you can email info@disneydreamgirls.com, and I will pick at random one person who can receive this book. I hope you have a go. Looking forward to seeing who's going to be the recipient of this amazing book, and a big thank you to the unofficial guides for donating it to us. But until next time, you can check us out on Instagram @DisDreamGirls and Twitter. We've already mentioned our Facebook page, but you can also pop on over to our blog, where you will find an audio player of every single podcast we've ever done, so you can go back and enjoy. But until next time, it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.